Many people have a favorite color, such as pink, blue, black, or yellow. But if your favorite color is red, you're in for a real treat. This week's horror story will be very red. In the late 90s, the internet wasn't as state-of-the-art as it is today. Taiwan's paranormal programs were very popular. At the time, one of Taiwan's most authentic spiritual legends was born. The legend has been around for more than 20 years. It is still quite fascinating to this day. Today, we will dive into Taiwan's most terrifying urban legend, the little girl in red. On March 1st, 1998, the Lur family went to Taichung Daking Scenic Area to hike and have some quality family time. It was supposed to be a happy family trip. However, about 2 weeks after the end of the family tour, the brother-in-law of one of the family members fell violently ill for unknown reasons. He had a very strong body and immune system, and rarely got sick. He was first taken to a local hospital for first aid attention, and then transferred to a major hospital for further treatment. But in the end, the brother-in-law ended up passing away. Since the trip didn't occur that long ago, the family members rewatched the video that was recorded on the V8 camera. They watched the video remembering the last family trip with their brother-in-law. But something peculiar happened. Something strange appeared in the video. A strange figure. When all the family members were posing for the camera, the brother-in-law had ghostly vampire-like fangs in their mouth, and he was the one who passed after this trip. People couldn't help but feel curious and creeped out. The more skin-crawling thing was the next scene. From behind, a little girl was following behind them. The little girl's face was gray and pale, and she had void black eyes. After seeing the little girl in the clip, no one could recall seeing the little girl, but the figure was recorded on the V8. Then, the clip was sent to one of the most popular paranormal TV programs. But the producer didn't think about posting it at all, because unlike the other paranormal clips, with just a dark shadow and a blurred face, this video had a clear view of the little girl's face. At first, it was rejected due to the possibility of it being fake. He thought it was about the brother-in-law who had passed. Under multiple requests from the family, the producer finally agreed to play the videotape on the show. But before the show aired, the team actually went to Daking Scenic Area to conduct a field survey to try and find the little girl, because the producer feared that if this girl was just passing by, the reputation of the show would not only be bad, they had a possibility of being sued. At the time, there were only 5,000 residents near Taihang who were very familiar with the neighborhoods in the rural areas. However, after the local residents watched the video, they all said the girl was not from there. And in a primary school near Taihang, a young boy claimed to have seen this little girl. That day, he saw the little girl appear in front of him of the school. The little boy did not know why there was a force telling him to follow the girl. It was just like he was being compelled. He silently followed the little girl. While walking, the little girl suddenly disappeared, and he snapped out of his trance and went home. Soon after the show aired, the legend of the little girl in red would stir up the whole of Taiwan, and during the outro of the TV program, a message was written and displayed to the audience. Please look out for the little girl in red. Later, 3 people called the TV station, claiming to have seen the little girl in red in the mountains. And after the 3 people saw the little girl in red, they had extreme bad luck and either fell violently ill or got in a fatal car accident. Many folklore scholarships also said after seeing the video, the magnetic field generated by this tape had been a bad effect on the human body, and ultimately the true identity of the little girl in red is still unknown. "11 years after the show aired, in 2009, posted in Taiwan's well-known forum PTT, a self-proclaimed assistant editor from the paranormal show that aired 11 years ago posted some previously unknown information of the little girl in red. First of all, the V8 video clips were provided by one of the Lord family members, and this is a clip that proves that the paranormal exists. And this, out of all the assistants' experience editing, he was never seen such a real clip of a full-bodied spirit. The original clip was almost 10 minutes long, and in a few frames before the girl appeared behind the family, the girl was seen behind a second family in the distance, and the girl could be seen standing in an area on the hill, and it was so steep that no one could stand on or keep their balance, even with support, but she could still be seen in the background standing there. While the assistant was editing, some unexplainable and peculiar things happened that made the editor's skin crawl. That night while editing, he stayed alone in the editing office overtime until the early hours of the morning due to having to edit long clips, and this is the first time he saw a video clip of the little girl in red. He believes that this must be another one of those fake CGI clips, and replayed the clip of the little girl in red over and over again, trying to find the evidence that the clip was fake. In the blink of an eye, he saw the little girl in red fly out of the computer screen and looked at him. He was so scared he fled home. After he calmed down and fell asleep, suddenly he was awakened by a loud sound. In the dark, he woke up to see the little girl in red sitting by his computer desk, and the little girl had no facial features, not even a face. Of course, he woke up due to it being a dream. Around him was a bright morning sky. He didn't know if what he saw was a reality or a dream. The time was 2014. An 80-year-old woman from Hishu was visiting the Lixianshan Cultural Park in Hualien with a group, but suddenly disappeared after using the bathroom. Even with the effort of more than 50 police officers and rescue personnel, on the 5th day of the disappearance, Under a large rock in the valley, the search and rescue team found an old woman resting against a rock. The old woman was found 3 kilometers away from the disappearance location, and not far away was a stream, and no one could help to think how an 80-year-old woman got to this location. Fortunately, the old woman was transported to a hospital without any issues. Although the old woman was exhausted, she was conscious and well with no health problems. She recalled that there was a little girl wearing red clothes and was holding a red umbrella. Holding her hand and guiding her all the way, they walked to the stream to drink water. The old woman immediately brought the story of the little girl in red back to life. The old woman's description seemed to match up with the same little girl in red years ago, which made people talk about the urban legend. Some believe that the little girl in red is most likely to be some kind of demonic entity, or demonic mountain spirit as they say. They appear in the mountains and target people with poor mental health conditions, especially the elderly and children. The mountain spirit will take the victim into the mountains and cause them to lose their way. They are a bit similar to the Japanese legend of demonic entities. In addition, this clip has increased the authenticity because it involves a deceased person, and people don't disrespect the deceased and they won't joke around. Previously, some people have claimed to find the true identity of the little girl in red. She was a woman with a leg disability, which made her legs unusual, and she had a longer leg compared to a shorter leg. She sold rice noodles, and because of her height, people thought she was a little girl. But this news was very soon found to be fake, and the identity of the little girl in red is still unknown. Nowadays, the little girl in red is still an unknown tale, but many Taiwanese people believe that this myth is true. So, do you believe that the legend of the little girl in red is true? Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll catch you all in the next Asian horror story.